Hey, welcome back to the C-Space studio. I'm James Kotecki here at CES 2026, and I'll tell you someone else who's back, Rob Caruso, the Trade Desk's VP of Ventura TV OS. Thanks for coming back to the C-Space studio.
My pleasure.
Good to see you again. Good to catch up. So tell us, Ventura, first of all, maybe we should start with the Trade Desk. I think a lot of people at C-Space would know what that is. This goes out to CES as a whole. So can you just quickly define the Trade Desk, and then let's get into Ventura OS TV.
Sure, so the Trade Desk is a market-leading demand-side platform. And we announced in 2024 the Ventura TV OS, which is a separate and distinct product offering from the Trade Desk that is here to help power the smart TV ecosystem and really rebalance how the smart TV ecosystem plays out from a series of stakeholders, from the OEMs, the end user, the content publishers alike.
So let's talk about the unbalanced state before this thing exists. You said use the word rebalance. So what is the state that you're trying to rebalance from?
So streaming TV, when you think of the distribution model of how the apps get to end users, right? It's through a series of, specifically for the TV ecosystem. So obviously apps are on, you can access them on the web, on mobile devices, et cetera. But in the living room, the connected TV ecosystem consists of a plethora of devices, from game consoles to streaming devices to the smart TVs themselves.
Yeah.
The distributors of the TVs, the OSs themselves, will distribute the apps and the services, but typically also have their own services, their own video services, et cetera. And then depending on where those OSs come from, the platforms, the companies that publish them, other services and other products that they might also want users to engage with. It could lead to unbalanced, non-objective sort of shaping of engagement around how we want users to interact with different things, prioritization of different services over others, and that could lead to different outcomes and unnatural outcomes. What the Trade Desk aims to do generally with respect to objectivity is allowing advertising dollars to flow to the right audience in an objective way where we're not sort of shaping or guiding traffic in any one way or another. So within Smart TV itself, an objective OS that doesn't have different priorities that it's pushing towards, we see a need for that, and the market sees a need for that, and that's exactly what Ventura aims to do.
So then tell me about the experience as a user turning on the TV. What am I seeing in this context?
So what you'll see with the Ventura OS when it comes to market is a very clean interface that really aims to get users into content as soon as possible. There's not a lot of promotion or clutter around other services and features and products that get in the way of the viewing experience itself.
Yeah. So I'm kind of laughing over here because I'm just thinking about my own experiences using TV, or telling my father-in-law like how to turn on the TV in my house. Like, okay, turn on this TV, use this remote, and then for certain apps, Disney Plus is over on this other thing. This is this other console here, but not this one. If you want to use Netflix, you got to stay on this one, and it's just very confusing, honestly. It sounds like that's some of the simplification that you're trying to put into the system.
Yeah, for sure. I think more and more, all the apps are distributed on all the platforms. So I think being able to find them on virtually any platform is not necessarily as challenging as it was, even just a few years ago. We aim to do that. We aim to bring all the great content from all the major players. The advent of free ad-supported television directly integrated into the TV set is something that we've seen, over the past few years really sort of take off. Yeah. We aim to bring that as well. I think what will be appreciated, but maybe less apparent, is the fact that it's really about, for our particular experience, what users are entitled to and what they want to see, as opposed to trying to shape or shift engagement to a particular area that more benefits the platform itself.
So then how do users get this OS, or how is it distributed to folks?
So we're working with distribution partners. We will have more to announce this year in 2026, where you will see Ventura powering different types of devices and different TVs. I think some of it will be very creative. Ventura is very flexible in the sense that at the end of the day, our goal is to get users watching content that ultimately they can view for free from an ad-supported perspective.
Yeah.
The types of devices that can bring that into the home, I think what you'll see from Ventura, we will be powering devices that are very unique and differentiated than your traditional TVs. We will hit those as well over time. But I think later this year and certainly into the future, you'll start to see very creative installations of what Ventura can do to power different viewing experiences.
And then does the transparency continue on the other side for the businesses that want to reach these audiences for brands and things like that? Is that part of it as well?
Yeah, that's part of it in the sense that, we're seeing more and more comfort with ad-supported viewing, right? Specifically in streaming. And the more that we can distribute, the more publishers, the more apps that come on the Ventura platform, the value proposition to them is that specifically that ad-supported viewing is going to lead to better outcomes on the Ventura platform than they might be seeing on peer platforms.
Okay, because again, it's neutral. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it's balanced in the sense that if you're seeing someone engage with your ad through your OS, you can be more certain that they're kind of doing it in the right way and they're not being led or guided to it?
Directionally, yeah, I would say that's accurate. I think the value prop that we're positioning to the publishers, the content publishers themselves, the apps that would be ultimately sitting on top of Ventura OS, specifically those that are ad supported, we're guiding them towards a way to present that ad inventory, that ad supply, back to the demand side, to the advertisers themselves. And it's our belief that if they present it in a certain way with a certain level of transparency, that it will lead to better outcomes versus if there's any sort of clutter in the middle that does anything to sort of obfuscate that inventory or supply. Yeah. What it does is it hampers the ability for advertisers to be matched to that. So our bet on Ventura, and the reason why we need to sit and the reason why we want to sit in the middle at the OS level, is we can clean up that supply chain and bring more clarity, which should lead to better outcomes, not only for the content owners who are looking to get advertising dollars, but the advertisers themselves, because they have a better visibility into what they're bidding on and what they're actually purchasing.
So it sounds like 2026 is going to be a year of getting this out there, maybe announcing some partnerships. Are there other milestones that you're looking forward to in 2026 for this platform?
So it's definitely launching the platform, right? Getting it into the market and really proving out the hypothesis. I think in addition to that, there's a lot of innovative experiences that we're looking to bring to the platform. There's a certain table stakes number of services. You mentioned the anecdote of just being able to find the right apps, find the right content. There's a lot we can do and we plan to do on the experience side with identity management and really being able to help users not only find great content and jump right into it, but then also curate watch lists, curate the content that they might want to jump back into later.
Zooming out to the overall ecosystem that you're playing in here, what do you see as the state of streaming at the beginning of 2026 and how consumer patterns of attention and usage of these apps are maybe changing and evolving?
It's a good question. I think 2026, not too different from building off of 2025, literally right at this time, and this similar discussion with you last year around really what is AI going to do and bring into that experience, right? I think there's a belief, and we're seeing it early days, that it's about bringing AI to the forefront of these experiences, right, where users are actually interacting with AI experiences, almost branded as such. And we've seen some of those launch. We're seeing more of those launch here this year at CES. I think where I see it going in 26 is maybe having that fade to the background a little bit and see what really is AI going to enable, and not so much as the direct connection between each user into interacting with AI. Yes, you can interact with AI on your mobile phone, on your desktop. Are you going to interact with it in the living room directly? Or is AI really going to be powering certain experiences where the technology is not so much at the forefront, and it's not so much that you sat down, picked up the remote, and want to interact with AI such as you would interact with an app, but it's just more of what is that AI going to do to help power the ad experience, help power the discovery experience, and even power just the consumption experience itself in automatically changing ambient settings, automatically changing picture and quality and audio settings, really just from a detection perspective. And I think that's really going to be the unlock and the true value of AI, specifically in the living room and the TV concept.
Yeah, there's a saying that once AI is just used and normalized, then it's no longer called AI anymore, and we kind of move the goalpost. And maybe there's some AI fatigue, right? I don't want to have to talk with a chatbot for every single thing in my life. Just show me what I want. But it's AI fatigue only in the perception of AI being a chatbot or an interface. Meanwhile, all this stuff is happening behind the scenes. It's actually still AI as well, and they just feel like it just feels like it's supposed to feel, right? Yep. So Rob Caruso, from VP of Ventura TV OS at the Trade Desk, is so great to talk to you again. Thanks so very much for being here in the C-Space studio with us.
Great, thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us at CES 2026, where many more conversations with marketing, media, branding, and advertising leaders are coming your way. I'm James Kotecki. This is the C-Space studio. Stay with us.